Okay, that's just a recap on the tuning map from the other video. So yeah, if you come from the other video, obviously we're playing with this A string is at the top of the G, right? Not the G sharp, the G, because this note here is also a G, right? So let's get started. So I think the best way to explain this song is to break it down into sections. I'll show you those sections and then we can get into the makeup of the song. I'm going to do it that way because basically all through the song he plays like 3 or 4 riffs, but he just repeats them over and does different variations, and it's difficult to teach a variation unless you understand the original, right? So I'm going to teach you the originals, or what I class as like the bare bones of the riff without any kind of variations, and then I'll obviously show you the variations and then it'll all make sense. Right, so let's start with the verse, okay? Yeah, that's the thing with this riff. It almost sounds like there's a gap after you play this note, because obviously there's a drop in the bass line, right? As you play it. And it really sounds like it when if you listen along. It sounds like you're really dropping a beat, but you're not. See, if you end on this, like the other version, that riff is this. So it's actually ending on the same note as that anyway, alright? So it doesn't sound like there's a break in it. Listen. Now if I play this note, sounds like there's a little silence in it. But don't worry about it, it's not. See, that's obviously too fast, but I think to naturally play it at that speed, I find it a bit harder to do it slow, don't know. Right, so obviously that is the main riff, right? And he sings that in between, or he plays that in between everything that he sings. And what he plays while he sings, he plays what he's singing basically. So if you were to take like a line of what he says and break it down to syllables, and then if you were to sort of do a beat or play a note on every syllable, that's basically what you've got to play. So let me explain that a bit more. So like so let's say, so the first line of the verse is, I remember the days, girl, right? So I remember the days, girl, right? So da 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 da. If you were to do it in like on like dots on the syllable, right? Da 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 da. Sounds silly like that, right? But you'll get it in a second, right? So you go. So anyway, remember the days, girl. Da, 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 da. So I'm kind of playing what I'm singing, right? I remember the days, girl, all past and gone. Right, so like all past and gone, and then you throw one of those in, right? So the whole verse is basically just that, with no variations of the that bit in between. It's the same all the way through. If you've learnt the other one, you know that it changes slightly through the verse, only on one bit, but on this it's not. It stays all the way the same. So that's it. So that'll get you through the verse, or all the verses basically. Just play what he sings, and then play in between, right? So it's right. That's the bit in between, and then that's it with something that he sings, right? So I remember the days, go, right? All past and gone. When I could love you more than any time. But things have changed, and a thumb got old. And then he does the chorusy bit, right? Right, so that's the verse. That's it. He does change it when he sings it a second time, but I'll show you that when we get to breaking down the song. Right. So as I say, so that's it for the verse. Right. Okay. So then obviously let's do this next bit, the chorusy bit. It's the same as it is in the other version if you've learnt that. So it's just hitting this note first. So you're just basically playing again what he's singing, right? Can't do the things I can't do the things. That's it. Can't do the things I used to do, 'cause I'm an old man. Right. Okay, so that's the verse bit. Then that's obviously what I call the chorus. Then you've got the bridge. Okay, so this is the basic version of the bridge, right? So it's like a alright. So what we're doing there, just doing like a hammer off, a pull off, and like hammer ons, all this sort of stuff, right? So and then back to that again. Right? And then you do, apart from the verse, right, that bit. So that, right? You need to throw one of those in, so you go and then one of those. So if those two together is generally how he ends every bridge, right? So you do one of those bits from the verse and then one of these. Okay, so all together it starts off with this bit, right? Then you do one of these, right? Then you do another one of these, and then you do the bit from the verse and then one of these. So it's good to remember this bit together, right? As I say, because he pretty much always finishes the verse with the bridge with one of those, right? So all together. Right, so that's what I would call a basic version of the bridge with no variations of it. Okay, so we've got the verse. You got this bit. The chorus, right? Then we got the bridge. Right, and then the last bit of this is basically the solo, right? Right, so he puts one of those bridges after the solo, but basically the solo bit's this bit. Right? And then it goes to one of these. And then he does the bridge. And then it ends on the standard. Okay, so that's the main 4 riffs, if you like, in their basic forms. So If I were you, I'll practice those just to get them down, and then we're going to now go on and do putting it all together right from the start to the finish. Okay.